But before we stopped, we were sort of thinking about actually you and you went to work at Manny's. Now, for those of us who aren't in the States, is that like they sell instruments and you're
Oh,
sort of a lead keyboard
like what they would
salesperson?
call like the Guitar Center or
Oh
Sam.
yes, okay, yeah,
It
yes,
was a
yeah.
privately owned store on 48th Street between 7th and 6th Avenue. And I went in there to be a keyboard salesman
Mm.
just because I know that was the center of the musical universe in New York City. So
Wow.
I needed to be there where people could come and hear me play. So all day I'm just auditioning on keyboards all day long. And people and all the big producers, this is before the internet and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
they're coming and buying equipment and it, hey, what does this sound? So I'm playing all day. And producers are walking up to me going, hey, you know, here's my number. We're over at Right Track tonight. What are you doing tonight? Come by. And that's how I wind up just rattling up songs, just playing on people's records. I don't know if you remember Gavin Christopher.
I
The
do
artist.
remember his album. I remember his album.
Yeah, that One Step Closer to You.
Yes, yes, I remember
That's
that.
me. That's me playing
Wow.
it. Gavin Christopher came
Oh,
into Manny's.
you need to stop this. You need to stop this.
He came
Yeah,
in.
Gavin Christopher came into Manny's. Heard me play.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm over at the Right Track next door. Come by after. I come by. What do you hear? And One Step Closer to You. That's
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. And but
and with meeting him, I met Carl Sturken and Evan Rogers.
Oh,
Produced.
stop it. Stop it.
That's how I did The Facts of Love. Yeah, I did the bass line on Facts of Love by Jeff Lorber
Wow.
and
oh,
a bunch
so
of other records.
so Karen, so did you meet Jeff and Karen, or did you just play the music and they sang all the track?
I just played the music. You know, I did the bass line, a couple of other things. And then Jeff Lorber did the piano. But and that was with a CZ 101. I was coming from Manny's music, had that little CZ 101. And Facts of Love, that was the song. Yeah.
Wow. I think the first question is, were you making sales at Manny?
Oh yeah, I was killing. I was making a killing. Yeah. Because and literally people would come to Manny's to come see me
Wow.
because I was there. That's how I wind up on Cameo. Because they
Cameo.
yeah, Right Track um there was a studio right around the corner from Manny's. Sammy Manardino, he was a drummer for Cameo. They needed a programmer for the Matrix 12. That was a brand new synth. I knew how to program it. So they had me come around the corner after the session to just be a programmer for the Matrix 12. And so while I was programming and getting the kind of brass sound that they wanted, I started playing blah da blah da dun 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 word up.
That's you?
Oh, God.
You know, word up.
But, but when you did that, did Larry, because Larry, I thought he was a
Larry
producer.
Blackmon ran into the room, yo, what is that? That's it. And I wind up doing that song. So that's me playing those horn parts.
That is incredible.
Now, no, when you're doing that, I mean, is it that you just heard that you just heard that that should be, as the composer part of you, just you can just almost see it that this would make the
Here again, Earth, Wind, and Fire. They were my
no song. Yeah.
so I everything was about what would Earth, Wind, and Fire do? What would Maurice White do? So I was always really good with parts. So a lot of times I would get hired for sessions because I was good with coming up parts, all kinds of different parts for the record. I was really good at it.
So, uh, but when you are because if when I think of and especially in rock bands, when we have the lead guitarist, Jimmy Page, or also play a part on the guitar, that's, if somebody samples, they're sampling that part. So you've come up with the part of the track that everyone knows. You hear it. Do you get music writing? Okay.
There again, I didn't think about that. I just wanted to be in the room. I was still learning how to make records.
Yeah.
It wasn't about being being famous. I never cared about that.
Yeah.
It was about doing something that I enjoyed doing for a living. And my father taught me that. I never forget coming home from work from his grocery store. And he said to me, I want to tell you how you can make a living but not work a day in your life. And I was like, how do you do? I was 16 years old. How do you do that? He said, find something that you love to do and find a way to make a living at it. You'll never work a day in your life. I've never worked a day in my life.
Yeah.
I've always done music.
Yeah.
So I never saw it as work. It's what I enjoy.
But so when you do the session for Cameo, the union stuff takes care of to make sure that, okay.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
But being part of a union, don't they then think, what are you contributing to the record so that we make sure that you actually get you get the longer term points? Or do they?
Well, yeah, you when you sign a union contract, I was just a musician. Larry Blackmon was the producer. I was just a musician. And there was a scale that you get in retroactive.
Okay.
You get union royalties. In September, we used to have this thing called special payments fund. And every September, you get this big check. That's really kind of the royalty that you get from being a musician in all those records that I play. So I still get checks every September from all the sessions going back 30, 40 years that I've played.
Wow.
So I still get, that's a royalty. Wasn't great. It's something we know every September that's coming.
Okay.
In a nice check.
Especially as an Earth, Wind and Fire fan, you've played in September.
Yeah.
But just think about it. I guess this is I know things have changed because live musicians playing on records, it's almost like seeing a dinosaur or something like that. It stinks. So back in the day that it was very different. But I'm thinking, so when you are doing that and Larry sees what you're doing, does somebody not recognize, man, we need to get this guy to support us? Or is it just like, yep, you've done that good, so we'll see you and go. But what happened, especially with a song as big, a global hit? When Word Up came out, I was in Nigeria. It was one of the biggest records in the world. Do they not think, wow, this guy has just saved our record here? We need to have his, no?
Musician, hey, thanks. See you. Sign the W4I9, get paid, and I'll see you later. I wasn't part of the band. And I was an accident because I came there just to program the sound. And then I was listening to what they were doing, and I just came up with that part. And I stumbled on that record. Wow. They didn't hire me as a keyboard player because they had great keyboard, they had great music. I just stumbled on that part. But there again, my thing was knack with coming up with good parts, hooky parts that make the record pop.
But outside of the business side, I would have thought that somebody would have recognized what you've just done and thought if he could just.
They did.
And want to keep you parts of what we're doing in case when we're doing something else. Did they take your number down just in case?
Yeah, they took my number down because I came back the next day and worked on another record for them.
Well, which one was that?
Candy. Yeah. So yeah.
What did you do on Candy?
Some additional roads, piano stuff. Yeah.
It's almost like you're serving your apprenticeship before all the major label work came in. So by the time that work came in, you was ready. You was more than ready. Now I understand because I used to come out of the record shop in the early 90s on a Saturday morning with the new import CDs for R&B CDs. And I'd see your name on stuff. And I always wondered who you were. It was this kid, because obviously we talk about Teddy Riley on here a lot and Ellie and Babyface, Jam and Lewis. But I kept saying to Nandi, this Keith Andes guy, he was there. He was doing all this stuff at the same time. The guy just needs his flowers. He needs a bit of recognition here.
I've always been. Thank you. I appreciate that.
We will get to that. I've got a list of stuff I want to talk about and your new album. Right. Carry on, Nandi.
Right. Thank you, Steve.
But I guess we and I guess for those of us, I guess as a music fan, I am definitely surprised that okay, I think I would recognize when you recognize talent and think, wow, if he can do this stuff, um, why don't I bring him under my wings and it will enhance what we're doing. But apart from it, here's your money. You've taken yourself, so goodbye, come back and stuff. Did you just do those two records for Cameo
Yes,
then?
yes. Mhm.
And
Hold up, they're the most two well-known records as
yeah,
well.
Really?
I mean,
They had some other
Candy,
ones. No.
Candy
Yeah.
is a UK at the moment. Candy has been a UK soul club classic for the last 10, 15 years. They're doing the Candy dance.
yeah.
Wow.
It's
I mean, Candy, Word Up.
the unforgettable Top of the Pops UK in the 80s, where Larry Blackmon got on stage with his red codpiece. They never lived down the UK. It just shocked people so much.
Yeah.
That and the record, because like you say, what he did, that little part you came up with on the record is unforgettable. Even though Cameo have done a whole bunch of records before that.
Yeah.
Which,
Right.
But you probably are on the two most well-known records then.
Yeah,
I
probably
didn't know that. I really didn't know that. That's
yeah,
incredible.
and there's so many records.
What a revelation that is. What a revelation.
Yeah, I never forget my brother, we were in the car in New York and listening to the radio, like 8 songs came on the wrong that I played on. They said, "Oh, you played on that. Oh, you played on that. Oh, you played on." So, but I didn't look. I looked at it. I was in every session. I was learning something, and I knew I wanted to sit in that producer's chair, but I knew there was so much more I needed to learn, and so I would learn how to make a record, and so that gave me confidence. So when I did sit in that producer's chair, and somebody said, "Well, yeah, well, if you go listen to this record and listen to this record, those are my ideas. I know how to make a record." So it gave me confidence.
Yeah.
Not an arrogant confidence.
Yeah.
But very just confident of like I know what I'm doing when I get in this.
What did you learn from Larry Blackmon, the producer? Because I think people, if guys don't know, he, not only did he do stuff for Cameo, I think he did he did stuff for Bobby Brown, King of Stage album. He also did,
Yeah, I think he did.
It's not Pebbles. Was it Pebbles? Yeah, he just,
Yeah, probably.
yeah, he did
But
her
no,
first. He did it. Was that Mercedes Boys? Was that him or Charlie Wilson?
No, that was from Gap Band.
Oh, Charlie Wilson. Yeah, sorry,
Charlie Wilson.
Charlie Wilson. Yeah, I kind of missed it. But he did. Yeah, so he did some. But what did you learn from Larry as a producer when even though you came up with those magical ideas, but how he, because you said you was learning. So
Well, he had great ears, and he knew when you played the part, he knew it. He knew what you had, and but he was a good delegator. Delegating because he has a bunch of talented cats all around him. I mean, all those guys could play. I just happened to trip and fall. So it wasn't. I was there as a programmer, and I just happened to trip and fall. So hey, thankfully he liked what I did, and they called me back, and I did another song, and I never heard from them again. So
are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, that's like, what is it like for you when you heard Word Up blowing up? Do you think, man, that's me? Just then, do you think that, or does it like, yeah?
No, I don't think that. It was just like, okay, next. What's next? Okay, I did that. Okay. What's next? Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of Halftime Chat. Please remember to subscribe, share, and comment. But most importantly, why don't you become a member of Halftime Chat? We've got amazing videos, amazing perks, and being able to support the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching. Take care.
I never participated in that category.
Somewhere in between.
For even loving us, on which I didn't miss you.
What was it like growing up?
She's still making an impact on 4 houses down.
I have a couple pieces.
Trying to get this one and that one.
That works for you, but just for me,
you're lucky. Yep.
They don't understand what Jodeci Boys is winning Oscars.
Play it.
I mean, I love all different genres.